everyone, my name is Jill Robinson. Today we will be having a training on GKIDS, and that's an acronym for Georgia Kindergarten Inventory of Development Skills. And this is GKIDS Readiness Check Training. But before we get started, I would like for each one of you, as an icebreaker, to tell us your name and tell us, and with the first letter in your name, give us something that describes you by using your name, first name with first initial.
My name is Tamika Stafford, and the adjective would be terrific, Tamika.
My name is Jessica Clyde. Jessica.
All right, thank you. And today, like I said, we will be doing a training on GKIDS, and that's what I will be calling it throughout the training is GKIDS, and this is it's a kindergarten readiness checklist, and that this is a tool that we use for our incoming kindergartners, and this is a tool that we can use throughout their whole entire kindergarten school year. And so this is a tool that we use when they first come into kindergarten, and it can show us what level they're on, developmental, and we just go on from there. So we're going to go from here. And our lesson objective today is to inform the staff of their role and responsibilities regarding the administrating the GKIDS readiness checklist. So this is what's going to help us and know what we're looking for and how to test our kindergarten students. What is assessed? The things that are assessed on this readiness checklist consists of activities. We use 20 skills and concepts that are determined by the Georgia educators to be the most essential cause of the need of the students that's entering kindergarten. And there are 10 activities that are used to assess. There's the direct and the indirect method that is used to assess the kindergartners. And then there's activities and organizations of 3 domains. So there are 3 domains that they just take a close look at. And one of them, the first one that we're going to talk about, is the foundation of school readiness. So we just test and see how ready they are. And then we do the English, language arts, and mathematics. And so those are the main 3 that we focus on. And the foundation of school readiness success domain, like I said, that's the first one we're talking about. And this one you will engage in an independent activity and continue the task over a period of time. And then when the student begin to independently follow the rules and the routines of the day, they are starting to develop then. And then there are plays corporately with others, with a few peers, or either just to the side with a couple. That's when they're starting to show readiness. Using sense of observing, classifying, and learning about what's going on throughout the day. Okay, and our next one would be when they're able to recognize their name, some of the uppercase letters and some of the lowercase letters, and when they're able to track when they're reading from left to right, and they're reading words from top to bottom of the page, and that's when they start to develop their English language. And also, another one, when they're able to start using writing tools, when they're able to use spoken language and understand it with the ease, when they're able to follow along with you. And this is able to listen and follow multi-step directions. And when we start using the mathematics, this is when they're able to recite numbers up to 20, and that's when they can start counting and and then they can count objects. You can just give them like some manipulatives, and they can just set them out, and they can take turns counting them, and they can count up to 10, and they can recognize their numbers from 0 to 9, and then they're able to sort and classify objects using the relationship, and they recognize, most important, when they start to recognize their name in print in two-dimensional shapes. And that's another thing that they have to learn how to do. They have to recognize their shapes and be able to tell you at least one thing to describe the shape that they're telling you about. GKIDS Readiness Check Administration Manual. That is one resource that we can use to make sure that we're following the guidelines that has been set for us. And then also you can use contain background information as well as developing processes. And this includes like activities associated with performance level descriptors. So these are some things that you can use to make sure that you're on the right path. So now with that being said, and does anyone have any questions or concerns at this time about the GKIDS readiness?
No, not.
Well, what we're about to do now, we're going to take a pop quiz and get to see where we are and what else do we need to review it again and make sure we're getting a clear understanding on what's being assessed during the time that we've been going through the PowerPoint. So you're going to take a few minutes to look at the pop quiz. And just take a few minutes and answer them. We're going to take about 5 more minutes to complete it. We have a couple more minutes.